Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It is the end of the work week, and took a couple of days off, not because I wanted to, but because I had to. Story time will be at the end, and Lord knows that there has been tons of stories, but I have to catch up with things that are necessities, and it seems to be my MO right now. And that's just the way my life has been. And I can't fight it. So it is what it is. And the fact that I've got jobs to do, we're going to get them done. We're going to start with my mindful money awareness system. Why? Because we have to track, and I'm going to show you everything that's on my desk. It's a work day. I am working today. That's it. I'm working. We're going to start with, I did not save money on Wednesday. I did not save money on Thursday. And I am saving money today. Oof, let's do this. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 31, 33, 35, 37, 39. 41, 43, 45, 47, 49, 51, 53, 55, 57, 59, 61, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, add the 0, 672, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 97, 98, 99, $702. Oh, gosh. I want July. I'm sorry, but I need for July to be over. I do. I need for it to be over. All right. Unfortunately, I am going to put a spend, and a spend. We have $702. Let's bring our cash tray in, and I'll tell you where the spend was. Crazy. Just been super crazy. Life has been crazy, and that's okay. $702 I spent money that day. Okay. I'm going to start with today. This is all story time. It's going to be throughout the whole thing, but that gives you reasons why there was a spend. You know what? Let's just say we're not putting any money in here. Stories times will be at the end. But there's fun stuff to look at, I will tell you that. Mindful money awareness system is all about being mindful of where your money is going. I am so mindful. I'm going to put this aside. Let's talk about this. I am going over my word for 2026. I think this is going to be a standalone video because Lord knows that I need to get in here and I need focus. I need to focus. All right, so we're going to put this aside. We're going to focus on what is going on. Where are we saving money? Oh, I don't know if you guys appreciate the chat throughout the video, or do you like the story time to be at the end? I'm not sure, but story times go with the money. It really does. Crazy, but it does. All right. So I'm going to recap. So we're doing 8, 9, and 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's just the way I'm doing it. And what do we have saved? If I did, my week has been crazy since Monday morning. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. $55 in this. I'm going to tell you once again, this one, I do believe, is going to save my butt again this month. 100%. Love it. Absolutely love it. Let's jump in here. Things that we have to be accountable for. You know what? Let's have fun. I need fun. I think I bought $30 for this. I think I do. So can we just put my coffee cup in here? I do have coffee. It is 1:42 in the afternoon. 13:42 hours. I'm usually done with my coffee by now, but life was not letting me have my coffee this morning. I think we're gonna do the 215s. And we're gonna color in the stars, and we're gonna get the stars. Oh, I want to wish upon a star tonight. We're gonna save $30 with Mr. Pinocchio. And this for me is where it all began. And I'm grateful that back in the day I started saving money. It really is so important to me to continue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have $130 towards a $300 goal. Third of the way done. I think that this is important to talk about right now. The financial hop, the village hop, which, if you guys didn't know, I apologize for not bringing it to your attention, but Laura Bell couldn't go. So Jen Finally Saves did it for her. The Crafty Saver went on Thursday, and Save with Judy went today. So then Budget with Mama Bear, Steph's on a Budget, Cash Budget Retiree, The Queen's Budget, and Craft and Budget with On is next week's lineup. But I'm gonna want to talk about the financial goals hop for just a second. I'm gonna talk about this. I've had, you know how we talked about a few years ago having a bug out bag, right? Can we talk about having a bug out bag? Well, this week I had a bug out bag, but not the type you were thinking of. Not the type you were thinking of. It was definitely my bug out bag for myself. All right. Why? Because this was in my bug out bag. It was in my bug out bag. So we got, I went, Jeanette's Journey went, Leela Budgets, Budget with Mama Bear, Steph's on a Budget, Jen Finally Saves, and today is Miss Judy. Oh, wait, Judy was yesterday. I'm a day behind. And On went today. Okay. So I have to go watch 2 videos. I am so focused on the financial goals hop more than I have ever in the last 2 years. To the point where I am keeping immaculate notes. And they're not in my book. They're definitely on paper. And then I am leaving each lady an amazing message. At least the message is amazing for me. It was my takeaway from them. So I have been in the car a lot this week. And this has been, can I show you my bug out bag? This has been my bug out bag. This usually sits here and looks pretty, but this week it was packed. Can I tell you what was in it? What was in my bug out bag was the financial goals hop. This set of papers. Then I had a notebook filled with lists of things to do. I also had my word book, and I've had a reading book in there. It saved me all week. My bug out bag I brought with me for myself. It was my self-care moments. There was some hours that were downtime with doctor's appointments. So instead of being mindless on my cell phone, I was just like, I want to be in the moment. I want to catch up on life. I want to be focused. I want to keep everyone in my thought process because this is financials. And I feel like life is pulling me from this moment right here. I really do. And the more I get taken away from here, the less I get to save and be focused on life. So that's why I started leaving detailed messages, because I'm finding the time to watch these ladies and actually write down what they're saying, re-watch what I need to rewatch, go back, make sure I got the message, and then actually take the moment and write them a note. I need that. So I want to know, are you guys following the Financial Goals Hop? Oh, I'm like so wowed at this. All right, so that's my bug out bag. That is my bug out bag. Money's been spent this week, and I'll show you towards the end what was bought. Let's stay in here. Hi, Miss Bella. I have been crawling into bed about 8 o'clock every night, but now I'm reading a book, so I'm very happy with that. Let's jump into Donna. We're still here. We're still working on the pool. This one right here. Did I not color in? I did not color in the other day, did I? Somebody, like, wow. And I didn't check messages, so you know what? You guys might have told me that. All right. We have $2,100 in here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000, 10, 20, 30, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62. $2,000. All right. We had $2,100 in there. I'm super excited for that. Okay. I am so surprised at myself for not coloring those in, because that's the fun part. Let's come in with the pink today. So today is the 8th, 9th, and 10th is what I have to save for. And so this would be $2,160. And this would be $2,220. And that would be $2,280. All right. Ah, don't do that, Donna. All right. So we are adding 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Add that 0, you get $180. All right, so we had 2,100 in here. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 gets us to 22, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 gets us to 2,280. We are on point. On point. Do we have this? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I feel like July is moving fast, but then I feel like it's not moving fast enough for me right now. We got 28. Okay, we go to the 28th, so we're going to be finished with this early. I'm happy with that. I definitely need to look at a cheat sheet because I don't know where we are saving money today. Are you still with me? If you're sticking with me, let me know. We're going to come over here to savings challenges because yesterday I should have done pixie dusting. Now we're going to add 20. I am looking forward to this so much, and the fact that it is a long term, and in December I'm going to be so happy with the fact that I had a long-term savings challenge. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54. $540. We're over the halfway point. Yep, we're at the halfway. We're just over it. I love it. Since we're in here, no, we don't need this. Let's grab something from my desk and let's give Christmas some love. On the 8th, I should have gave this $50. And that would get us to $2,700. $50. Ha-ha, yay! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And another 100 gets us to 27. Love it. $2,700. Christmas all year long. Forever. Forever, forever, forever. You know what? Today's Friday. You know what we have to do? We have to save our 5K. Yep, 5K and our save $12.50. So it's our 5K broken down into quarters. All right. Ooh. We are working on Daisy. All right, we're going to give Daisy $200. We kind of have a pink out, but let's change it to the blue. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. $200, and we've got 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200. $200 is going into here. And we now have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 39, $400 towards a $1,000 goal. Ah, love it. So important to me. Moving faster on this than I would have really liked. I would have liked to have done this one slow and steady, but it has a purpose. All right, now we have to move on to Chip. All right, so since I'm bringing $50 today, I get to color in 200 on here, which equals 200 quarters. Same concept. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Now this goal is $300 for Chip. All right, what do we got? Now we started this one later than the 5K. I started a couple weeks later, but this is done with quarters. Are we done? Do we have $300? 10, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30. We finished him. Oh, I did not realize that. we get to ring the bell. And yes, we are saving $1 for Chip. That's how we're doing this one. Oh, yay! Love it. All right, you know what we need to do? Stick around. We got 2 of them done. Come on. All right, so this really should get a big clip on it. And this should get a big clip on it. That means they are now finished. And we are doing this one. Now, the reason why this is crossed out was because this is a 5K challenge, but they wanted to do this with quarters. So instead of changing all the numbers, this is how the village wanted to do it. And I'm so happy that they wanted to do it. So we get to cross that out, and that became $300. We're moving on to Daisy next week. And this is going to be a $250 save, if I'm correct. $250. Because a quarter of 1,000 would be $250. Love it. All right, moving up. Oh, that makes me so happy. So we take $1 from the back. Sorry, that's my eye drop alarm. I'm still taking my eye drops. All right, so we got to ring the bell. And we're going to put money into our ding, ding, ding. And we've got, oh no, that was Chip, not Dale. Chip, and this is 7, ooh, it's been a long time, 710, and we've got $116 in here. 10, okay, so that's 102, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, how come I got 17? 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 in here. What did I not write down when I rang the bell? I'm pretty sure that there was something the other day. Actually, you know what we do? Ha-ha. We don't have anything in here. We have nothing in here. Stuff's on a budget. Save the date. Oh, you know what I did not? We did no spend on the 30th. Did I not count right? 110, 111, 112, 13, 14, 15, 16, 10, 11. All right, I'm going to leave 117 in there. I don't know. Question mark. 100% question mark. I am going to say that we're going to save with Budget with Mama Bear right now. These are my necessities. Oh, both done. Oh, my desk is filled with happiness, and I love it, but it's not big enough. All right. I'm not sure if I did this correct, if you guys told me I did it wrong, but I might have not colored in the right amount. But you know what? We're going to give this 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 125. We'll tell towards the end. We got to do 125. Let's do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and 10, 25. We're definitely mixing life up. 125 is going in here. And what do we have saved towards a $2,026 goal? If I get to show up to a video tomorrow, we get to do Halloween. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 1,000, and 20, 45, 55. 1,055. We are over the halfway point. Yes. Thank you, Budget with Mama Bear. So much fun. So much fun. Definitely is getting me to my goal. Definitely. It's a goal setter. All right. We should have 10, Okay, we got fun money left. We actually get to do a couple of fun things. Saving fun for last. We're going to do these two that honestly fill my save to sink for the month. We have $10 for this one, and we have $10 for this one. So let's do 5 and 5. Let's do 10. Our first 10 going into July. Small goals, big wins. That's it. I haven't had a lot of the smalls going. I do miss them. And we got 10 going in here. So let's do this 5 and this 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My cash tray is empty. So why wasn't I here? Why wasn't I at school? Here's my school note on Wednesday. So our local radio station always gives away a free cruise each time they go on a cruise. So you have to fill out the form and you go drop it at all these different locations. There are 7 different locations, and you put your name in them and you have a chance to be pulled, right? And if you get that name and your name is pulled, you go on to like the next round. So we do it every year because you just never know, right? So there are 7 different locations all over our county. We were gone 5 hours on Wednesday. 5 hours. Driving from all different locations. I passed this amazing nursery. That's why there's a spend day involved. Greenhouse. And it's so funny because TJ is so into plants right now. TJ is my oldest son. He's so into the garden, the plants, things like that. And we were talking one day in the backyard, and I was just like, he said something about lavender. And I was like, oh, my lavender plant died. And I said, I'm jonesing for more lavender. And our local area did not have any. So when we went past one, I was like, I'm going in. This greenhouse was beautiful. I spent $70 on lavender for our 2 houses. Then yesterday, Vinny said to me, well, earlier this week, he says, can we go, do you want to take a ride to the mall area? And when your son asks you if you want to go shopping, I think you would jump on it also. So I said, yes. I said, I would love to go. So we went to the bookstore. We went to Target. We went to Dick's Sporting Good. We went and grabbed some lunch. And then we went to Sam's Club, which was our major mission. And then we went to a store called, I think it's called, please forgive me if I'm wrong, Miso? Well, anyway, Vinny is so into World Cup right now that he picked out this cute little sticker. It's the trophy sticker to the World Cup. I saw this and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wanted to read these books. But I spent $19 in Barnes & Noble. And when we were in Sam's Club, I think it's a 5 or 6 set series. It was $12.76. So he says to me, you might want to pick up your second book. I was just like, but you know what? I have a book that was ordered that's on its way here, which is about hockey. And while we were in Barnes & Noble, it had like the 100 things you should know about the New York Rangers. And I picked it up to look at, and he's like, you going to get that? I'm like, no. Honestly, this is where it saddens me about brick and mortar. Brick and mortar is nice because you can browse and look around and things like that, but the price is higher. This one is less, even though it was brick and mortar, but I always wonder, can I get it better online? So I did grab the 2. I am already reading this one. It's definitely for the 20-year-old age bracket so far, is what I'm getting out of it. I thought it was more about hockey. So will I continue reading it? Yes. The older lady in me is like, oh my God, that's that's in the past, but it's funny. So if you've read this, let me know. We did buy some really good bulk items at Sam's Club. I did pick this up from the store, and I'm going to have an upcycle to this. I fell in love with it. Because you know me, I'm always looking for more pen and paper. I am in love. I think the store is called Miso. It was in our mall area. So, got that. And then, I'm going to tell you, today is John and I, our wedding anniversary. And long story short, yesterday John came in and came out to the front porch after he showered, and he says to me, "Can you look at this?" And I said, "Sure. I'll show you a picture. If you're not into looking at stuff, don't look." Okay, so let me tell you what it is, and then you can decide whether or not you want to look. I don't know if it's a bullseye from a tick. I didn't know if it was cellulitis, whatever, or a bite from a spider or any other kind of bite. But yesterday, I actually drew around it because it was 4 inches in diameter. Now, it is on his side of his torso. So this is his back and this is his front. Do you see how big that sucker is? Huge, right? So I woke up, I drew on it, and I was like, all right, we'll go to bed. I didn't give him anything for it because he's already on something for his back/hip. So when I woke up this morning, it was outside of the black line that I drew, the circle. So he goes, because I woke up and I said, how's your thing? And he goes, "Oh, I forgot to look." I'm like, "Can I see it, please?" So here I am. I slept in a little longer. I wanted to have coffee. And he shows it. When it was bigger than the line, I said, "You know what? Let's go. We're going to the hospital." Long story short, he's like, "I don't know if I want to go to the hospital." And I'm like, okay, at this point in life, I will fight you on some things, but I was like, make your command decision. Where do you want to go? You have a choice, the hospital or urgent care. He starts with urgent care, and I'm like, do they take blood there? I've never been in it. So he just automatically says, "Let's go to the hospital." I said, "Good choice." They took blood. So we're at the hospital this morning, about 8:30, 9 o'clock. They take blood, and the Lyme test will not come back for 5 days. They can't tell what it is, but they did put him on doxycycline because that will cover everything that it could be. So that was my moment. And then because it's such a strong antibiotic, they said you have to eat. So we went and grabbed him food. And then he's like, "Well, today's our wedding anniversary. What do you want to do?" And I said, in such a nice way, I said, "I have to be honest with you." I said, "This week, Monday through Friday, has sucked the life out of me. I'm tired of being in the car, hence why I had a bug out bag. I'm tired of being in the car. I'm tired of not being home. And I'm tired of wanting to retreat to my room by 7:30 every night." I said, "So I just want to say, if it's okay with you, we've been out almost every day this week. I'm tired of eating junk out. I want to just stay home." I said, "And I know that you'd be okay with going to the building with TJ and fiddling around. It's going to be cooler in there. You can't be out in the sun, so you can't do anything. You can't mow. We can't sit by the pool." And he's like, "Are you sure?" I said, "I've never been more sure in my entire life." So I want to say, Miss Linda Green, thank you so much for emailing me and wishing us a happy anniversary. You do always remember special dates, and I appreciate you for that, and I love you for that. A part of me didn't even want to save money today. I wanted to grab my book and go curl up somewhere and hide. But I was like, you know what, Don? Once again, pull up your big girl pants, get your act together. And here's a nice ending to this story. We go to our local deli. It's called Arthur Avenue. He gets food from the Bronx. It's legit Italian. I love it. right? And I know you've heard me talk about it. So we're there about 11:45 this morning, and their little one is going to walk away with the oldest brother, who's like 20. And I knew it was her birthday, so I'm like, happy birthday. She's like, oh, thank you. So we're having lunch, and I hear her little voice coming to the back of the restaurant. And I'm like, she's got a Five Below bag. I was like, so what'd you get? And she's like, oh, I got this. And she had a messy bag. And I'm like, oh, you like him? I was like, we like him. And then she started talking to me about Ronaldo. And if you're into the soccer, if you're into the World Cup, this little pipsqueak that's 7 was so articulate in her stories about the game. It blew my mind. And then she had all these little things from Five Below, blind boxes, and she was opening them at our table, which she always does. And I have told you before, her mother was TJ's first girlfriend. So her mother's always got a spot in my heart. So I had such a great conversation with this little 7-year-old, and I always do. And I always look at John, I go, I'm filled. Like, she fills my cup. And he goes, I know she does. So with that being said, I'm paying for the food, and I look at her father and I go, can I take her to Five Below? He goes, you want to? I go, yeah, I really want to just take her to Five Below. So I give John the car keys and I say, go sit in the car for 5 minutes. Let me just take her. And I call her, and she comes running up to her father. And he goes, Donna wants to take you to Five Below. So she and I are walking to Five Below. It's 2 stores down. And we're having the best. It was like 5 minutes of fun. It literally was 5 minutes of fun. We walk in, and she wanted these little tiny donuts, and they come in a 4-pack, and she was so excited. And then we were having a conversation about, do you keep your things together? Like, all these, do you have a little box for them? I was talking about that, and she was so receptive. So when she picked them out, I said, can I now pick out something for you? She goes, okay. And I took her to the back, and those little boxes that look like our totes? They came in a 6-pack. And I was like, can I buy this for you? And you could put all your little things inside of these totes. And they came 6 to a package. I would really like that. I was like, okay. And then I said, we tried to pick out something for her little brother. Or her older brother, who's the little boy. Little. And I couldn't find anything boyish that I would pick out. So I gave her $5 to give to her brother. So I had the best 5 minutes of fun. And while we were in Five Below, I picked out this. So this is why there were spend days this week. And yes, it's just another notebook. But the best part about this is it was $5. It was $5. And I was good with that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the tabs now. I'm definitely the tab person. And it's fun to me. Do I need another notebook? No. Do I need another notebook? No. But it was 5 minutes of fun. It was 5 hours of fun with Vinny. Like, we had the best day. I haven't had that. My boys are men. So I'll take that spend day any day, because not that you have to spend money to make memories. And like I said, we bought necessities, paper plates, and we bought meat for the freezer. I bought John a new pair of sneakers. Like, it wasn't all about materialistic things. It was almost necessities. And, World Cup memories and the collection of stickers. I told you, I collected stickers as a kid, and I love that my kids do the same thing. So anyway, that's been my week. I hope my week is now behind me and that I could come in here, because I am so into the financial goals hop, and I'm hanging on every word, and I love it. And I hope you're following those ladies also. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. And if you stayed till the end, I don't know. Let me know you stayed till the end. I don't care what emoji you pick, but just maybe say, I'm still here, or I made it, or something. But I appreciate every single one of you. Love you, and thank you for keeping me accountable. See you in the next one. Bye.